ToyTractorTimes.com is the 2016 St. Louis Farm Toy Show. We're here with Alan Chestnut, the owner of Top Shelf Replicas. Alan is a producer of farm toys and trucks, and actually probably should say high detail models, not just toys. But he's going to give us a kind of presentation on the products they produce, and that's one of the great things about the toy shows is actually meeting the companies that produce the toys we collect.
Thank you, Jason. Well, what we're doing here is we're displaying the toys that we've produced over the past couple years, along with the toys that are going to be coming. Some of the toys of interest would be the 1/32 Big Bud that we made for the Toy Tractor Times series.
Sure. Let's take a look at some of the products out here on the table.
Yeah, why don't we follow along here as we go along here. This is the 1/32 scale Top Shelf Replicas Big Bud. We've got the 3 versions. Each of these versions has a chaser that comes along with them. They are highly detailed and a very nice tractor. We have the industrial orange. We have the 5 1/4 50 with duals, 30.5, 32 duals. And then we have the 650 with the 20.8, 38 triples.
And each one of these tractors, there's a slight difference in the, you can see the mufflers and the color.
That is correct. Each tractor has a variation. We have a nice chrome muffler, which is on the 5 1/4 50. We have a aged chrome muffler, which is on the 650 with triples. And then we have just the solid black muffler on the 5 1/4 84 industrial. The other thing that you notice is the difference is the cab tops. And I've had some comments this weekend asking what the difference are. The 5 1/4 50 has what's called a ROPS cab. This cab has a flat roof on top and was made because of the laws and regulations that require tractors to have a ROPS, where if the tractor's turned over, it will hold that tractor up and will not crush the operator. The other 2 tractors have the older style cab, and the top of the cab has a raised portion, and this took many hours, many headaches with going back and forth with the designer because we wanted to get the exact design on the real one. Probably took us 2 hours just to measure it and get everything perfect for the top of the hood and the top of the cab. The reason this was designed is so that it could use a smaller piece of metal and it would be more rigid. If you look at ductwork in air conditioning ductwork, they have the very same design, and it was explained to us that this design was why they did this on the tractor, and that hood won't sit there and vibrate, flex. It makes a very strong hood, yet it's not 2 to 3 inches thick.
Well, it's great the detail that you can put in these models, and I think as we can see on the 525 84 industrial, the cab doors open on them, and both the cruiser cab on this and then the ROPS cab on the...
That is correct. The parts that work, you can raise the front of the hood to access the grill or radiator, just like the real tractor. The hood flips up just like the real tractor, and then the cab top raises just like the real tractor. The one detail we didn't do was like the real tractor is make it hydraulically operated. When we were measuring the real tractor, it took us 20 minutes to pump the cab top up by hand. So it was quite interesting just climbing all over this tractor, spending a couple days just learning the very intricate details of these tractors.
Well, I guess another company that you work is with the Ford Motor Company, and you've produced a replica, high detail replica of the largest tractor Ford ever offered.
Yes, and when you say Ford Motor Company, you think of trucks, but the Ford Motor Company also owns the license to the Ford line of tractors. They purchased the Versatile line, and therefore we saw some of the Versatiles painted blue, and this was the last 1/64th tractor we've produced. It was on the Prairie Monster series for Toy Tractor Times. Highly detailed, really nice paint job. I was very pleased with the process that this went. As you can tell, this is a toy show and handled many times. The tractor on the right, it was knocked off the table this weekend and busted a light off, but it still survived, even though feels like a lightweight tractor because we made it more like the real one with an open frame in the bottom. It's still a fairly durable tractor.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. It's it's coming apart.
I guess they busted apart but it does happen when things go off the table. You never know at a show. So,
but it is a high detail.
Very high detailed, and you never know at a show what'll happen when a little kid comes along and decides to drive that tractor all around.
So,
and then sometimes if you're turned around, they try to set it up and put it back together. The only problem is when they set this one back together, it was pretty obvious because they tried to put the back end on the front. But you always see neat things at toy shows, funny things that very interesting. You never know what's going to happen.
And this is a special edition insert or chaser. That's why it has that nice chrome color on it.
Yes, each case had a inserted blue chrome tractor. These were limited numbers, and so that's what the blue chrome is. There was never a real tractor, but in the Versatile made, there were a few New Hollands made this style with this type of finish, so we took it to the Versatile line and made it as a chaser. So these are limited and actually getting hard to find.
Well, another thing that Top Shelf is known for is trucks, and you make Mack trucks.
Yes, this is our new line of Mack F600 series, or F700 series semi-tractors, which was a cab over. We offer 6 colors. There's 5 of the 6 colors here. You've got the orange, yellow, red, and blue with a black frame, and then we'll have the white and green cabs with a red frame. These are going to come out and be available shortly with the production, and very reasonable. Suggested retail of $30 for a nice, highly detailed truck.
Wow, that is a great price.
It's been a lot of excitement about the truck, a lot of excitement. We're trying to keep the price there where the collectors can afford it.
And then another Mack related product that you've made is the Brockway.
Yes, this is our line of resin trucks. I've been asked why you do resin versus die cast. Unlike the Mack F model that we just looked at, this is Brockway, which is not as common of a truck, and it's not a truck that would be tend towards mass production. So we produced 1,000 of these in 6 different colors. It's a resin truck. It's a higher dollar, but not as many sell. But it's still, with the resin, we can still have the high detail of paint. And actually, you can get a better paint job on a resin truck than you can a die cast.
Well, I know collectors appreciate you taking on the, maybe the lesser known models, but there's still a lot of fans of these big trucks out there, so it's nice to be able to have one for the shelf. Or
yes, and the resin gives us that opportunity to produce these. And of course, we put it in a nice box to protection for shipment. And it's something that if we didn't do it in resin, you'd probably never see on a collector's shelf.
Well, another thing that will be coming to collector's shelves in the near future is a new Ford truck that you're producing.
Yes, we're going to do the Louisville line. That's the trucks that you see here. These are the L series, and it's the 1000 series because they have a diesel engine. What we have here is the single axle straight grain truck. As you can see, the detail on the hoist will raise. The road tractor, I've got the hood open there so you can see the engine. Has a little 3208 engine inside of it, and nice little detail. Steerable front end, opening hood, and like I said, the hoist opens. Be a nice truck for those guys that want to do displays. Put a grain truck that hasn't been offered.
Well, I think we'll see a lot of those on farm displays coming up. It's an exciting project.
Yes, a lot of people are excited. We've had some delays on this project, but those delays are trying to get the truck to make a nice final product.
Well, getting back to the tractors, also in the resin, you've got the Lafayette Farm Toy Show, Massey Ferguson 1150 and 1/32 scale.
Yes, this was the 2015 show tractor. It's 1/32 all resin, but it is extremely highly detailed. We've got some nice paint on this tractor. The steering wheel, fine. If you look at, probably can't see it on the video, but if you look at the dash and look at all the gauges on the dash, they photo etched the rings around it. So we've gone down to the detail. Very fine detail that we like to do, paint, and it's turned out to be a very nice tractor.
That's definitely something I'm sure a lot of people would continue to collect the series as more come along. And another thing that you're doing is to help out the growing field of farm displays is building different or manufacturing different products to help detail a farm display, like these straw bales that we see here.
Yes, a lot of the displays you could buy, purchased grass, static grass and such from the model railroad industry, but something that was missing was the farm end of this. So we have various things that are available for the farm. We have small square bales, round bales, both wrapped and entwined. We have corn plants, half-inch tall for early season, and then we have the mature corn with the tassel, which is green, and then we have mature corn that's ready to harvest. Also, we have in our line, we've added a soybean field that's been harvested in a little mat that they can use, and then we've got the soybean plants in late growing season of green leafy plants. So that's some of the options. One other option that we've looked at, and here at the show we've decided we're going to go continue. We're going to look at cotton plants.
Well, that'll be exciting. Alan, I certainly appreciate the tour, and we look forward to see what Top Shelf comes up with next.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very nice.